Well, with Dorchester Town on such an incredible winning streak, we are only 3 points ahead of them in order to win the Southern League Premier South. 3 points ahead, 2 games left. I fancy our chances today. Oh, goodness gracious me. Welcome to episode 7 of Taskmaster FC here with Chesham United. Since you were last with us, we ended up losing to Dorchester Town. Went on a nice little run of form afterwards, beating Walton and Hersham 2-1. We ended up beating Poole Town 1-0, drawing against AFC Totton, and beating Hanwell Town 2-1. And while that looks like a good run of form, unfortunately, it leaves us only 3 points ahead in order to claim the title of Southern League Premier South. However, we've only got 2 games left, and those 2 games are against teams that are towards the bottom of the league here. We have a game against Tiverton Town at home and a game away against Didcot Town, so hopefully these are fairly winnable games. I didn't get a chance to see what Dorchester's been doing, but they have just been on a roll since they played us and just ever so slightly been closing that gap. They'll take on AFC Totton, which might be a formidable opponent considering that they are 5th in the table, and they're also away at Hanwell Town. But basically, it's in our hands. Our destiny is in our own hands here. If we can win both of these games, essentially if we can pick up, I think 4 points. Yeah, 4 points will do it. We will end up being champions. That being said, let's go ahead and head to the fixtures. There are no real changes in regards to the squad itself. However, we do have a suspension of Frank Skinner for a terrible, terrible tackle. So we're going to have to get someone on for him. I think Edwards is going to take his place. We got Edwards and Henwood here. Everybody else looks pretty keen and pretty fit for now. So I'm pretty pleased with that. We're going to start with in goal, John Richardson. Defensive back 4 of LaFleur, Danielle Walker, Angela Dravid, and Tim Key, Di Henwood and Edwards in the central midfield. Out on the left wing, we have Joe Thomas, attacking midfielder Sophie Duker, Josh Whitcomb on the right-hand wing, and Roisin Connolly will be up top for attack today. Hopefully we get a nice little win here. Dorchester drops some points, and we can walk away champions of the Southern League Premier South. That puts us right up into the Vanarama National South, just really gives us a good step in the right direction for this save. I'm favorites here. I want us to play just like it. I want everybody to have as positive an attitude as possible, so we're just going to give out compliments and faith left, right, and center. Let's get this started. Let's get a win today. Come on, boys and girls, for Chesham United. Let's make this happen here. Looks like we've got a highlight fairly close to the beginning of the game. Henwood to Thomas. Thomas is going to work the ball back to our right back, Tim Key, who works it up to Josh Whitcomb. Whitcomb down that right-hand side, holds up, floats across in, Connolly 1-0. That's exactly what I want to see from the very beginning of this game, and it has been that story all season. Get the ball out wide, float the ball into the box, and just let Connolly do the rest. I can't tell you how many goals I've seen exactly like this, either the right-hand side or the left-hand side, whether it be Connolly, whether it be Duker, Whitcomb. You got on the list. Every single player has had tons of assists by floating balls into the box. So very, very pleased with how we start with that game. And just like that, it is 1-0. Looks like Tiverton Town are going to have an opportunity here. Ooh, just over the top of the net. Seems to be well defended, and Richardson seemed to have it defended quite well. So I think we're pretty good here. Sophie Duker is going to take a free kick. Just skims over the top of the net. That'll be a goal kick for Tiverton Town. And trading opportunities back and forth. Really like to see us get an opportunity to get a 2-goal lead here. Really just take it home that we have the destiny in our hands. We can do this. Connolly again. As mentioned before, 42nd goal of the season. Can you imagine? That's exactly what you need in the lower leagues. You need a striker that's going to put home 35, 40 goals a season. And again, and like I said before, it's been the exact story of this season. Get the ball out wide, float the ball into the box, and just let Connolly do what Connolly does. Get ahead on the ball, get it in the back of the net. I'd like to be able to see how many headers Connolly has had. I can imagine it'd be probably close to half of the goals that Connolly has scored so far this year. And 20 minutes in, we are still up 2-0. Very pleased with how we started this game. Whitcomb looks like he might have suffered a bruised ankle. I might let Whitcomb play that out. We'll just have to wait and see if the injury gets worse. But no highlights here. Heading into halftime. Looks like Dorchester and Totton are tied. So that puts us in really, really good shape. I believe a draw by Dorchester We win today, provided that we continue to win this game. And into halftime, it is 2-0. I'm very pleased with how that's gone. Looks like everybody's fine. Created lot scoreboard reflects that. Be delighted, be happy, and go get a third goal for me, please, and thank you. Kind of excited to see how the Dorchester game works out. Duker with the free kick here. Fired the last one over the top of the net. Off the post this time. That would have been nice to get a 3-0 victory. 3-0 lead, at least. Dorchester Town have taken the lead against AFC Taunton, so we may not be lifting that trophy today after all. A lot of that's going to depend on how we finish up this game and whether Dorchester Town wins or loses. And Whitcomb, okay, that's my fault for leaving him out there too long. Okay, let's get Joe Brand on. Joe Brand's been playing pretty well lately, again, with these yellow cards. I know they're in a position to get yellow cards, but it feels like every single game they've been just picking up yellow cards left, right, and center. How are we... I literally pressed play 2 seconds ago and we're already injured again? Are you kidding me? I don't have anybody to replace in the midfield here. Somebody's just going to have to play out of position, I guess. Get Hippolyte Patrick on. I mean, one... It was literally a second after I pressed confirm change. We're just going to have all of our players get injured? Let's wait for another injury. Yeah, one. That's an interesting look there. A yellow card, an injury, and another injury all within 2 minutes of each other. That's exactly what I wanted to see towards the end of this game. I'm happy we're leading, but I am not happy that we are picking up injuries. Still up 2-0. Haven't seen anything from the Dorchester game recently. I am going to go ahead and slow some things down here. I know it's a little out of character, but I want to really make sure that we win this game. Substitution here. I'll put on Chris Ramsey. I don't want a red card. I don't want any more yellow cards either. No more cards, right? Just like a single person on Valentine's Day, no cards. I think I'm funny, and that's all that really matters here. We're going to come away with a victory. I don't know what happened at Dorchester. Oh, well, we still got a highlight left. I thought that was going to be the end of the game. Looks like we have possession here. Henwood intercepted by Tiverton. Looks to get the ball forward here. Kind of all academic at this point in time, but I'm sure they'll be pleased if they could get a ball into the back of the net. You know, they're in a relegation scrap, so I know goal difference is really, really important. Make sure that every goal counts. Might have been offsides. Really doesn't matter. Ends up being a really good save by Richardson. Get towards the end of the game here, and you can see the bottom left-hand corner there. Dorchester Town are going to take the victory, so it is going to come to the last game of the season to determine whether we are promoted or whether we end up having to fight it out in the playoffs. But a 2-0 win, we did our part. Dorchester did their part as well. You go to the dressing room. Good work. You did what was needed. That's exactly what we needed. We needed 3 points. We got 3 points today, so I am very pleased with how that turned out. The problem here, and we still have that three-point lead heading into the final game of the season. It's our goal difference that's letting us down at this point in time. We have, they've got 4 goals on us, so if we lose and Dorchester wins, we're playoff bound, and that is not something we want to be at this point in time. I want us to guarantee ourselves promotion. Conity absolutely running away with the goals in this league. Sorry, the ADHD in me just went, ooh, look at that. But yeah, we need to actually go through, make sure we at least get a point out of the next game. And if we get a point, then it doesn't really matter what Dorchester Town do. I have a feeling they're going to win the next game, so we need to make sure that we at least get a point on the board, so that way we can end up getting promoted to the Vanarama National South. You'll see that game here in just a moment. I bring you back, and unfortunately we've got some serious issues here with our starting lineup. Not something we want to see going into our last game of the season. Unfortunately, Sophie Duker has picked up a knock in the last game. I really regret not taking her off, but I don't really have any other choice but to play Sophie Duker because I do not have any other central midfielders that are here, nor do I have any other players that can play attacking central midfield. So Sophie Duker is just going to kind of have to grin and bear it for a little while because I really don't have any other options. I may end up having to tweak this lineup a little bit in order to figure out how we're going to play for the rest of the game. That's really not something I wanted to see at this point in the season. Unfortunately, Frank Skinner also still suspended. So for final game of the season, we're going to keep the lineup pretty much the same as what it was. Sophie Duker, I'm hoping you can grin and bear it. I kind of regret, as there's an option that I had to provide an injection for Sophie Duker, and I just instantly declined it because that's what I always do. And I feel like this might have been one of those opportunities where I might want to have maybe bitten the bullet a little bit and given the injection, considering the importance of this game. However, we're going to go into it and simply hope for the best. All right, so here we go. Chesham United, can we make this happen? Can we get to the Vanarama National South? They're telling me to make changes. They're telling me to change my mentality. We're on the road. You know what? Balanced. Yeah. Oh, I'm nervous. I've been doing this for literally like a week now, trying to get through this season, and I'm telling you, I do not want to have to go through this process all over again. I definitely think there are changes that we can make to the team. There's definitely some individuals who are manifesting a huge salary when compared to the actual budget. I've got some players on £650 a week, which is not a salary we should be playing at this point in the league, but it is what it is. So 0-0. We'll keep an eye on the Dorchester game as well, but an early goal here could really set us apart and really set us up for victory. Sophie Duker, Conady, get home, get home. Oh, back to Whitcomb. Whitcomb in. Just score. Oh, yes. 1-0. Oh, that is a huge goal early on. Takes us just that step closer to promotion. I swore Conady was going to shoot there. Gets it back to Whitcomb, and Whitcomb just kind of gets the ball in. It gets deflected. Conady appears to maybe be a hair offside. I really can't tell from that angle, but regardless, it is going to count because there's no such thing as VAR at this level. Apparently on there, I don't know if that's what they were checking. I'd much rather check that second touch by Conady if I were Didcot. Didcot? Hopefully I won't have to worry about saying their name anymore because hopefully we'll go up. Ball into the box here. Gets cleared. Joe Thomas with the rebound. Moves the ball forward and looks like he's just going to shoot. And a long-range shot from Joe Thomas ends up just wide of the net. 1-0. Not that Didcot are not getting their opportunities. They do have some XG on the board. Duker gets the ball into the box to Lafleur. Lafleur back to Whitcomb. That is a goal and a half. Oh my, that is going to send us straight up to the Vanarama National South. What a goal here. Duker gets the ball into the box. Great cross. Duker's been playing very, very well. Lafleur just gets the ball out, and on the first touch, bouncing, just fires that past the keeper. It's 2-0. Chesham United, Taskmaster FC. We are going up, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but we are going up. I hate to say it, but I'm going to keep Duker in. Maybe that was a bad decision. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Conady now to Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas down the left-hand side here needs support. Gets the ball back to Lafleur, to Edwards, back to Danielle Walker. To Lafleur on the left-hand side. Cuts through the middle. Ends up getting it to Whitcomb. Whitcomb looking for somebody in the box. Gets it back to Tim Key to Di Henwood, and that is beautiful football. And it is now 3-0. Promotion is almost definitely secured at this point as we take a 3-0 lead in the 40th minute of the game. Great team play there. Tim Key to find Di Henwood, who just taps the ball into the back of the net. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. We are going to go into halftime with a significant lead. And again, as long as we get a point today, it does not matter what Dorchester does, we will be going up as champions. I'm going to try to keep Duker in for as long as I can, not trying to get her injured. I just really don't have any replacements for her in the attacking midfield. I can move Di Henwood up, but then I have a hole in central midfield, and I cannot allow that to happen. So we're going to continue on moving forward with Duker as our attacking midfield for as long as we possibly can. Won't be that much longer. I'd say 60th minute, we've really got to try to figure out a substitution here and maybe make some changes. I'm not quite sure what that's going to look like. Whitcomb is now injured. Okay, I did not need a whole bunch of these injuries, so we need to really figure things out here. So let's get Hippolyte Patrick on. I know Joe Brandt doesn't play that position, but still plays an attacking midfielder, so I think this might be the way to go. We'll leave on our other substitution and hopefully see this match out and come away with a victory. I mean, I don't think there's really any way we can blow this now, but I've said that many times in Football Manager, and it has come back to bite me in the butt many, many, many times. Oh gosh. Okay, that was a lot closer than it needed to be. I don't like putting on the kill time. I don't like wasting time this early in the match, but boy, we really need to try to kill this. I'm going to do it. I don't like it this early, but we need to get as much time wasted as possible. We need as few opportunities moving forward for Didcot Town. Didcot Town? Didcot Town? It just doesn't matter. I'm not going to need it. 14 minutes left, 3-0. LaFleur picks up a yellow card. I do not care. Just run this clock out, baby, and we will be going up. Dorchester have taken the lead, so all we had to do was lose. And credit to Dorchester, they played us right to the very end. There's a fourth. Joe Brand. We're going up, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! First time asking. Oh, this is superb. This is absolutely superb. I'm really excited to see what we can do next season. I'm excited to see our transfer budget. I'm excited to see our wage budget. I don't know if it'll be much of a difference, but it doesn't matter. We've secured promotion today. And I could not ask more from this team. The Southern League Premier South champions, Chesham United, Taskmaster FC. We don't even have names on the back of our shirts. We can afford that now. Oh. Trophy lift in 3, 2, 1. Yay! Confetti from somewhere. I'm not really sure how it got up there, but it did. 4-0 victory. Oh, savor the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Savor the moment. Ooh, cartwheel and everything. That's a beautiful screen to see, isn't it? That's a beautiful screen to see. Results everywhere means we're champions. I'd play We Are the Champions in the background. Unfortunately, we would get a copyright strike. I mean, look at Dorchester. I feel so bad for them. I don't feel bad, but I do a little bit because 99 points in a season, that's enough to secure promotion. I mean, 99% of the time, no pun intended, 99% of the time, that's going to get you promoted. And we end up coming away with it. Oh, lots of inbox features here. Okay. Initial budgets. I don't think we're going to see much change. Oh. That's quite nice. 8,500 pounds per week. That's quite a bit more than what we did previously, or what we had previously. I think we had 5,600, 6,000. That's going to allow us to bring in some players. And again, as we bring in players, we're going to give them names from Taskmaster. Yes, I do bring glory to Chesham United. Thank you for reminding me of this. Am I an important person? No, but I'm favored personnel, and I will take that any day of the week. All right, so next time I see you, I will probably be doing some type of transfer special, see who we can get in, who's leaving, who's staying, and then we'll start our next season in the Vanarama National South. Thank you so much for watching. If you really enjoyed that, make sure you subscribe, and we will see you very, very soon. Bye, everyone.